Hey there, TRW crew, Matt here, and we are going to do an awesome Facebook Live here today. Those of you who are watching this later on YouTube, we do these Facebook Lives about 1 to 2 times a week, so come check it out on the Facebook page, The Rhinestone World. But in today's Facebook Live, we're going to be doing 2 different 5-color layer designs. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to do our Siser glitter heat transfer vinyl with one of our mascots from our Mascot Pack 3, and we're going to take this Trojan design right here, 5 color cuts of our Siser glitter heat transfer vinyl, and then we are going to press this onto our Bling Anything material to make a glitter sticker, okay? And then our second one that we're going to do, we can come over here to this camera here, and you can see I have them layered out here. We have a 5-color design with our sign vinyl, okay? So not necessarily something we would want to do a ton of, but if you have a one-off job that you want to get done pretty quick and don't want to go through subbing out, if you don't have a print cut machine or a full color printer to be able to do something like this, you can get away with it with the sign vinyl, okay? I wouldn't necessarily recommend a 5-color design, but I just wanted to go over the top with this to kind of show you how it can work, show you how you can do it in the software, and more importantly, the thought process that goes into it when it comes to the layering side of it, okay? So let's head back over here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to show you the actual pack that I'm talking about that we are releasing today. And at the end of the live here, I'll be doing the special coupon code for the pack. So let's go ahead and head over to the software here. And we're actually going to be on the website. I'm going to show you where this pack is off the start, okay? So for the actual pack, on the rhinestoneworld.com, you're just going to go to Shop. You're going to go to Artwork and True Type Font Packs, and then you're going to go to Mini Packs. And you'll see this one right here is the Mascot Live Templates Mini Pack 3 of 5. All right, so when I click on this one, you're going to see all the different template layouts that come with it, and then all the different mascots and the different mascot versions that come with this pack. You'll get the full color, you'll get the black and white, and you'll get all the different claws and hands to adjust them however you want. So you can get pretty creative with it, okay? So now that we have that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to CorelDRAW. So I'm working in CorelDRAW X8. And I'm going to show you just a few different things that you can do with the templates, but then show you how to get these cut files ready, because you do have a little bit of work involved to get the cut file ready, okay? So the cut file is really going to depend on your size, but it's a huge difference whether you're doing sign vinyl or heat transfer vinyl. So I'm going to come over here to Open Template, and then with our templates here, I'm going to come over here to my Mascots Live Templates 3 of 5, and let's click on my templates. So you're going to see my different template layouts that I have here, okay? So all these different template layouts, you can choose any one of them, but very, very easy to edit, easy to do different things with it, and get as customized as you want. So I'll show you even one of the more difficult ones. So if I came over here to this Panthers design, and I'm going to pull this Panthers design up here, and I'm going to open up the TRW Design Wizard as well here. So with the wizard here, you can see all of my text that's involved. So I'm just going to go ahead and resize my workspace quick. And when I come over here and hit Find Text, it's going to find all of this text within this design right here. So if I wanted this for the Lakewood Ranch High School, I could just come over here and go Lakewood Ranch High School, and it's just going to fill all of that in perfectly for me. I come down here to my Panthers, and maybe we're going to use the Trojans for this design. So I can just type out Trojans, and then Student Council since 1950, and we can keep that to whatever we want. If we wanted to put honor roll, if we wanted to put class of 2018, whatever we want there. Maybe we will do that. We'll come over here and go class, oh, let me take off my caps lock here, class of 2018. So we have our design there, but obviously we're doing the Trojans now and not our Panther or our Cougar or whatever we have here. So if I go ahead and ungroup this, I have my actual artwork file. So if I go to change artwork, here's what I can do. Go into my mini pack volume 3 and you'll see all the different clip arts of the different bears and the blue devils and the tornadoes and the hurricanes and the cyclones and the eagles and the hornets and the wasps and the yellow jackets, the mustangs. We got the panthers and the sharks and the Trojans. We got the wolverines. So I'm going to come over and I want to do the Trojans design here, or the Spartan design, and I'm going to click on this one. Boom, there we go, it swapped it out. And this is good to go. Obviously, now I need to change my hands because my Spartan or Trojan here isn't going to have claws like the Panther did. So I can just go to change artwork. That same pack is going to have all the different hands that you need as well. So I'm just going to scroll down to, there's my Spartan hand to the left. So I can click on that one and it swaps it out. And then my Spartan hand to the right. So you can see how easy it makes it to swap all this stuff out. So that quick, and we're good to go. Okay, I know a lot of you guys were asking for the Panthers the other day, so we made sure to put it in this pack volume 3. So this design right here, if we wanted to throw this design onto, let's say, a white shirt here real quick, I can get it to the size that I want. Let's maybe go 9.8 inches. And I want to get this onto a white shirt because I'm doing direct to garment or sublimation or whatever I want. So I can come over here to my mock-ups, do a quick product. The product that I want on this one is going to be a, let's do a women's, and we'll do a burnout shirt. Save my product, and then the design that I want is that one right there. Save my design, create my mock-up, and there it is on the shirt. Okay? So very simple to do something like this and throw it into a car decal, throw it into a shirt, whatever you want. I could very easily take this design right here as well. Maybe I get rid of the text across the bottom there. I get rid of the text across the top. I take this design now. Now if you have the wizard and you can do the magic boundary, watch what I can do with this now. I'm going to do a magic boundary on this. And what that's going to do is it's going to create a boundary around it. And I'm just going to change that to white. Now when I take my design, let's make this to a car decal size. So any of you that have the Roland VersaCam that can do print cut vinyl, I have my design right here. I come back over to my mock-ups. This time the product that I want is an accessory, and we're going to do a car decal. Save my product, and then the design that I want is this one right here. Save my design, create my mock-up, and there it is on the back window of a car. Okay, so these actual designs are going to be really easy for you to do different things like that, whether you have print cut, and it's going to come with the single color versions as well. This is one that we did in the Facebook Live the other night right here. So I did this Knights design with the different text, and I could easily just use that live template to swap everything out there real quick. All right, pretty simple, right? So all of these different designs, our goal is for you to be able to use a vinyl cutter, but also be able to use your direct-to-garment and use your screen print and use your sublimation and everything else, because we know a lot of you, how many of you in here currently have something other than just a vinyl cutter? Whether it's a Roland VersaCam, whether it's sublimation, whether it's direct-to-garment, whether it's screen printing. How many of you are doing something outside the realm of just your standard vinyl cutter to where you can do the full color graphics? What do we got? I'm sure a good amount of you. To bring the mock-up to a Facebook page, Eileen, just save the file. Just save it as a JPEG. That would be simple. Okay, so I'm seeing most of us here, yes, most of us here. So a lot of you do sublimation, awesome. Yes, Jane. So what's really awesome about these packs, Jane had a question as far as, okay, can I use something local? So if I had a local mascot, right, I could use all these live templates And think about it, if you had a local mascot that was the Spartans, you could still use the hands from our Spartan and mix and match and make sure the skin color is the exact same and use the template. That's the whole point. You can use these templates with anything. I'll give you another example here. Let me go back to the software here. And if I open up a new file here, watch this. So I'm going to come over here and let's go to the new file here. So I want to go to Open Template, and the template that I'm going to open is out of the Mini Pack Volume 3. And let's just say I wanted to open this template right here, okay? So I'm going to bring this template in here real quick. And with this template, I don't want this Mustang here. I want to change it out with maybe some artwork I have already on my computer, or maybe from a different pack from us. I could go to my Live Templates Volume 2. I can choose this baseball right here and swap it out that easy. Now I have that exact same template layout, and now I have it for baseball. If I wanted to change that to basketball, same thing, whatever clip art I have, swap it out with the basketball, and now I have a basketball template. So one of the really important and really great features with all of these different packs that you're getting, these live templates can be used with anything, okay? And that's what makes it really easy. All right? Yes, silhouette software. Yes, you could definitely do something like what I did with this, with the silhouette. Definitely could. Plug the clip art into live. You can plug any clip art you want into the different live templates, as long as it's some type of vector file, okay? All right, what other questions have we got before we start pressing this bad boy? Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it. What pack do I need to buy to have all that's the Live Templates Volume 2, where I'm pulling those different sports balls from. That one has about 150 different clip arts of all different types of sports and everything. Okay? Which pack do I need to buy to what now? To have the... Okay, yep, same one. Live Templates Volume 2. Kim, just shoot a message, whatever issue you're having with the download. They can get it fixed for you right away, or just give a call into the call center. All of the fonts, Ramona, all the fonts come with it as well. So all of these different fonts that you see in these template layouts that I'm using, you get the actual font as well. So you're good to go with that, no problem. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to grab some of our application tape. I'm going to grab some bling anything here, and let's go ahead and get this ready. So give me 1 second. Okay, so first one we're going to do here is we're going to do this 5-color glitter heat transfer vinyl design, okay? So I'm going to bring you on over here to the heat press. Now, this one's going to get a little bit more difficult when it comes to pressing, and the reason why is with this design right here, there's not really any specific registration marks or anything, and that's why I wanted to do both of these, because heat transfer vinyl is going to react completely different than your regular sign vinyl where we created the registration marks. I could have created the registration marks for this, but why do you think I didn't? So if I would have created the registration marks, it would have made this process a little bit easier, but I didn't use the registration marks for a reason. What would you think the reason would be? Can you use the live templates with Corel Draw to send it to the silhouette? Oh, yes, of course. Oh, Jody was answering a question. Awesome. Thanks, Jody. So why wouldn't I use registration marks when I'm doing my heat transfer vinyl? There you go, Nikki. Exactly. So if I had used my registration marks, I would have, even for this little piece of red, I would have had to cut the full design, right? Because of the registration marks. So I'm more of a, okay, well, let me just get it lined up and not worry about the registration marks for the sign, for the heat transfer vinyl, because I know I can easily align it, okay? When it comes to the sign vinyl, that's much more difficult because as soon as it touches, it's done. And if you didn't layer it right, it's going to be a mess, okay? So, one other thing. When you're doing heat transfer vinyl, okay, does it really matter which one I press first? So I'm going to show you all my different cuts here. So you can see all my different cuts that I have here. Does it really matter which one of these 5 that I press first? What do you think? I have my black, I have my red, I have my yellow, I have my old gold, and I have my white. Yes, of course, 100%, right? Because had I pressed my gold first and then my black last, well, that's going to cover everything up. So the only one that really matters is the black, because that's the full outline. That's what's going to make it pop and show all of the black lines showing through, okay? So let's get these other ones out of here. Let's go ahead and press the black first. So for my black, bling anything, I got the shiny side, I got the not shiny side. Let's go ahead and get that there. Press down, 1 1000, 2 1000, up. Didn't press for the full time, of course, so just be careful peeling it off. All right, good to go with my black there. Now, it doesn't really matter which one I come back with. I'm going to come back with the yellow here because it's probably my second biggest part of the design, okay? And that's going to help me line it up just a little bit. So, I'm eyeballing this and just making sure a little bit off the edge there, a little bit off the edge there. Nothing special that I'm doing other than eyeballing this, okay? Now, I do need to make sure that this doesn't shift at all because it's staying down there pretty good. I feel pretty comfortable coming back on top here and going 1 1000, 2 1000. Now the reason why, and some of you that are new as far as seeing this process that I'm doing, the reason why I'm layering the glitter on the glitter is because I'm doing it on the Bling Anything material. So I'm making it into a sticker. So normally when you're doing a shirt, as you guys know, you don't want to layer glitter on top of glitter because it's going to start to peel off eventually, okay? So anything, just think of it this way. Anything that you're putting into the washing machine, like clothes that you're gonna wash, assume that you cannot layer glitter with glitter. However, if it's something that you're just going to wash, and I've done a bunch of wash tests with the dishwasher, and it's going on a hard, smooth, flat surface, well, that's where you can get crazy like we're doing now, all right? So let's get that, drop that down there, 1 1000, 2 1000. I'm at about, I want to be at about 310 degrees is where I'm going to be temperature-wise with these, okay? So you can see how my Trojan is starting to kind of form here. And every layer that I put on is just going to start looking better and better. Now I'm going to come back with my white here. This is where it's really going to start jumping out. That looks awesome there. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and drop down here. And then one more layer of my red. So about 305, 310 degrees. And remember, about 2 to 3 seconds on each layer. Go ahead and peel my white off here. And then my last layer is going to be our red. That looks good there. I'm going to go about 5 to 6 seconds on the last layer. Boom, good to go. All right, pull this off here. And now I'm going to come over to this camera over here. Check that out. It's pretty sweet looking, isn't it? Now, easiest way that I've found is just to trim around this with a pair of scissors at this point. I could have done a cut around this Trojan here very easily, but when I go to with the scissors here, I can literally almost touch the black glitter here, and it's going to take me all of, what, 30 seconds to trim around this, maybe, but it's going to look perfect now, okay? So you're not going to get any type of decal that looks anywhere close to this with any of the sign vinyl. Not going to happen. Just because the glitter heat transfer vinyl has so much more sparkle and texture to it that nothing else that you do with the sign vinyl side of it is going to look close to as good as this. And we'll compare the two of them at the end, and then you guys let me know what you like better. And the other nice thing about the heat transfer vinyl is it's a little bit easier to layer because you can kind of eyeball it like that, and you're not using as much material. However, when you think about it, the material is obviously more expensive for the glitter heat transfer vinyl versus your FDC sign vinyl. So there we go. That's pretty nice, isn't it? Check out the glitter on that. So any one of those mascots on any of the packs I could easily do on this. Okay? So let me see some questions on our glitter decal here real quick. How long will it hold up in the sun? I'm getting that question. We are actually in the process of testing it right now. We have had it, I'll probably, at the end of next week, I'll do it again and I'll test it again. Well, it's still on there tested. I used 5 different UV protectant sprays and sprayed it. There's 2 of them, 2 or 3 that are still looking really good. 2 of them that are kind of starting to discolor a little bit, and that's 6 weeks into it. So we're going to do all of that testing to see if there's a really good UV protectant spray out there that will make it last longer. But where a lot of this stuff is working and people are loving it is on the coffee mugs. So with something like this one even has the stones. Change the world, be a teacher design. Again, all glitter heat transfer vinyl. And all of these are dishwasher safe. So that's a huge difference as well. Sign vinyl, not dishwasher safe. All right? So what do you guys think of this guy? It's pretty sweet looking, isn't it? And I'm sure that you probably haven't seen a glitter decal that looks that good. I could easily throw this onto for your local mascot if you wanted as well. Create it into a decal and put it on a laptop like that. Now we don't have to worry about the sun, right? But it's amazing how much it pops compared to like a regular sign vinyl, right? And I have a question for you. This being, let me come over here. Well, actually, let's go to the heat press one so I can see your comments. This being the right one, this being the left one. Which baseball decal do you like better? Which one pops more? The right one or the left one? What do you think? I know which one I like better, and honestly, I think it's not even a question. And I'll show you up close just to see what we got going on here. Doesn't the right one pop so much more? That is red glitter and white glitter, and then we have the cyan stones and the crystal stones on top of it. When I remove the carrier sheet between colors, I'm pulling Pilar. That's why you'll always notice when I'm peeling it up, my carrier sheet is always inside the outer areas of the Bling Anything material. That way it won't pull up any of the Bling Anything material. That'll fix that issue. So see how all of my areas that I pressed were within the square of my Bling Anything? Pretty sweet. So these, we are actually working on a mini pack of all different type of sports balls and things like this, completely different ones for these rhinestone, basically rhinestone super decals. So we're going to have one coming out with these here soon. All right, soon. All right, back here. Now we're going to get into the sign vinyl side of it. So one thing I do need, Bino, do you see a squeegee anywhere? Maybe in the thing there. I had one in here the other day. I'm going to grab, you definitely want to have some type of squeegee or a credit card.
I have a hard canvas.
Will you go see if Lisa has one in her office? Yeah, just cut the Bling Anything a little bit bigger so it's outside the design. That's what's going to make it pop. So this is kind of what we're going to do here, all right? So with this design right here, this is a 5-color design I did the other day, and this is all sign vinyl, all right? So with the sign vinyl here, yeah, you can layer brick. This is brick right here on the Bling Anything. No, I won't use my credit card. I did it before and it broke my credit card in half and I had to go through the whole process of canceling the card or getting a new one. It sucked. We got one. Sweet. Alright. So let's head over here and we're going to actually start the 5-layer process of doing this decal now. Alright? So this is where it gets a little more difficult. Completely different thought process that goes into this. Which layer am I going to app tape first? You guys let me know. What color am I going to app tape first? It gets a little confusing. What do you guys think? This is where you're thinking of you got to think completely different than we just did, okay? I see most of you are on it, okay? I see some of you saying left to right. So here's the deal. A lot of you, okay, when we just did this decal right here, I did the black layer first because that was my bottom layer. And then I was pressing everything else on top of it. All right? Well, when it comes to sign vinyl, it's completely different. If I did the black layer first here, and then I take that off and the black layer is on my transfer tape, well, what's going to happen when I go down and get the yellow layer? That black layer is my top layer, and it's going to cover up the yellow layer and the tan layer and the red layer and the white layer, okay? So completely different on this one. I know that the black layer is actually going to be the last layer that I do. The exact opposite of what you would do when you have a carrier sheet like with heat transfer vinyl, okay? So, oh, just lost my black there. So here we go. These obviously don't matter a whole lot because there's no areas that are layering on top of each other with these colors. Where with this design, it did matter more because the green was layered on top of the white there. So this one had a little bit more even thinking and thought process into it, to where I had to make sure that the green layer was my first layer and then the black layer was my last layer. Okay, don't need to worry about that as much on this one here. So let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to start with my yellow, And then, like I said, it doesn't really matter from there the way that I go. So I'm just going to drop this down here. And grab my squeegee here. Now, obviously, I don't need all of this extra here, but you don't want to trim it too short because you need to make sure that it's going to fit the size of everything that you're doing. I just don't want all this extra, basically, adhesive to be able to stick to something and ruin something. Now, I have my yellow here. So how do I do this? Do I just completely pull this off and eyeball the whole thing? No, what you're going to do is you're actually going to kind of fold this top layer back here, and then I'm just going to trim off a little bit of my white there, okay? So now my decal's exposed like this. So now that it's exposed like that, now I come back and I look at this, and I'm going to layer this perfectly. So I'm going to look at my beige. That looks pretty good there. And with this, you actually, you guys hear me, I always say I'm good with pretty good. With this, pretty good doesn't really cut it. You got to be throwing that square on top of that square, okay? So, good to go there. Now what I'm going to do is just make sure, I always pull this off this way first, just to make sure I get all of my material off. So now that I have that, what I can do is just go ahead and slowly bring that down there, and you can see how our decal is starting to form here. Pretty nice, isn't it? All right, so coming to my next layer, right? Again, I need to expose my squares right there. Once I have my squares exposed. Now, if I'm doing a big job or I'm doing more of these, I've done it where I've done even this size decal, probably 8 of them at a time on a bigger sheet. And as long as you layer the squares up, it's going to do it perfect every time, okay? That's the whole point of the registration marks. And I'm going to show you in the software how I actually created my registration marks and how easy it is with the wizard, all right? So that looks good right there. Go ahead and drop that down. Come back here and peel that bad boy off. And now we're just going to smooth that down and repeat the process. So if I were doing 100 of these, would you want to do it this way? Probably not, right? What I would do is I would find somebody that has a roll-in VersaCam, and I would get with them and team up with them to do it. However, if I'm just doing a few of them, I don't want to deal with outsourcing to somebody who has a VersaCam. I want to go ahead and do it myself. So that's where, if I were, I would do a maximum of probably 20 of these. Once I get past that number of about 20 to 25, then it's going to be much more cost effective and time wise to get with someone who has something like the roll-in VersaCam. But as long as you do it right, it's going to look awesome, like this is right here. Now I'm coming back with my black layer last, and I got the questions over here to the side, so I'll start answering a lot of the questions here in just a second. I'm sure you guys got some coming in. But as long as you have the squares, like I said, it doesn't matter how many you do. You could do a huge sheet of these of 20 at a time if you want. Good to go with that. Now let's go ahead and peel that off. Boom. And this, you can see kind of how it's all formed there. But this is where it all comes together. Now we're just going to smooth down here. And check out the decal we just created. It's perfect, okay? Because of those registration marks, everything lined up, even the tiny little eyes right there, everything lined up absolutely perfect, right? So we're ready to sell it to the customer. All I'm going to do is just trim around it here. Boom, boom, and boom. And here's my 2 decals ready to sell. And that's it. And obviously this was a 5-color decal, so we got a lot more time consuming, but really looks clean and freaking awesome. Which one do you like better? Do you like the glitter one better? Or do you like the sign vinyl one better? Right or left? What you guys got for me? Yeah, we normally include the instructions for them. So, again, completely different process when it comes to the instructions as well. So, this one here, we're going to actually peel off, and it's going to have the black backing, because that black layer is the bottom one, and then they're just going to stick it to their car, squeegee it, peel off the application tape, and then the decal stays. This one here, they're just going to peel it off like it's a sticker, right? And then stick it to whatever they want. So, completely different production process, completely different application process, okay? But both pretty awesome results. What kind of questions we got now? Pretty easy, right? Obviously, the 5-layer one is a little more time consuming. So, two of the 5 layers, like this one here, if you have someone and you're doing 100 of them rolling VersaCam, of course, you definitely want to use the VersaCam with something like this. How do you clean the window on the car? With anything. It doesn't have to. Everybody's going to say it needs to be something special. It doesn't need to be anything special. Like I said, and I told you guys, I was going to keep the live to under an hour today, and I think I'm going to be able to follow through with that. Because I think these turned out pretty... And just to let you guys know, I don't cut extra versions. Like, if I screw this up in the live, then I'm pretty much screwed. I don't cut extra versions or extra cuts just in case, because you guys don't do that in real life. So had I messed up something, I probably would have said, okay, well now I'm going to go back, I'm going to cut this yellow again, just so you guys see the actual process, right? Is there any way to add glitter FTC with rhinestones? Yeah, you could. What you would do is you would apply the FTC first and then put the rhinestone decal on top of it, and it's just going to protect it a little bit more. Just finalized my document for the Fusion Press and Corel Draw Wizard, just waiting for it to hit my account so I can... Awesome, awesome, Jess. Congratulations. That's awesome. Any questions that you have, definitely let us know. That's what we're here for. Okay, so I am going to end the YouTube version of the live now. Any of you that are watching this on YouTube at a later date, make sure to come over to the TRW Facebook page. We do these lives all the time. Lisa's going to have one on Friday as well. Sean actually has a webinar tonight, and I'll go over all that stuff in the coupon code here in just a little bit. But all of you YouTubers, thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. And come check out the Facebook page. I'll put a link right below to come over and like the Facebook page. Make sure to subscribe right here on YouTube, and we'll see you guys soon. Later.